is the place where real dialogue matters.
Make some noise for that sound, man.
It is time to take flight with Audio Airstrike.
What's up, everybody? I'm Everett Hall-McNeill, and welcome to episode 150 of Audio Airstrike. We definitely appreciate y'all for stopping by. I got two of my guests for this episode. It has been a year since both of them have been on, and I figured why not bring them on for a special 150th episode as we are currently, experiencing Halloween. Ladies and gentlemen, with me at this time, I got Thomas Stoner and I got Kory Smith with me. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Oh, man.
Glad to be on.
Thanks for having us back on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a problem at all. It's definitely not a problem at all. So I want to talk about this, man, because we're in the Halloween season right now. We're in the thick of it. And Heads is in the house, so Heads is not doing anything in terms of the pandemic still happening. Let me ask y'all a question, y'all. Oh, Kory was out?
Kory out of the house. He don't listen.
I'm at work.
Okay. He don't listen. Well, go ahead.
I'm at work. Okay, work.
Uh-huh.
He at work.
Yeah, uh-huh.
That sounds good. It sounds nice.
Go ahead.
So,
go ahead.
But you ain't got no face. They don't give you like a face mask, though, like protection or anything like that. Like
only one in my office right now.
On this
so
job.
was anybody else? Was anybody else in your office before that? Like the yard.
And every time I come in, I take my lights off, my hand sanitizer that I got all that right here. I take my lights off, my hand sanitizer. Use these paper towels, use everything, and I wipe the station down.
Okay, at least you playing this safe.
Yes, I ain't. Thomas,
No, he goes to the gym. He does everything he's not supposed to
I ain't
do.
allowed to get.
No, you shouldn't. I don't think that you should, but hey, go ahead. That's on you.
Yo, you gonna hate on this man for going to the gym? I mean, I do the home gym, so I stay in the house. But
that's right. The smart man.
But you gonna hate on the man for going to the gym? There's barely anybody in the gym.
Keep our face mask on, even while even when we're on the equipment, we still have to have our mask on.
If I got to do all that, I don't need to be out.
Thomas, you just trying to find an excuse not to work out. I think this might be what it is.
Boy, I don't ever have an excuse not to work out. I really don't. I tried working out. It just didn't work out.
He's scared. That's what I'm talking about. He's scared.
I ain't going to never work out with you ever again. Last time I did, I wound up in the back of the gym, and I didn't know how I got there. Fell off the treadmill.
Okay, so what happened was, is that, I'm saying, he
was messing with my equipment.
I was not messing with his equipment.
Yes, you was. He was messing with my equipment.
Okay, so we was working out together. It was like our third time heading. It
wasn't our third time.
It was like our third or fourth time going to the gym.
That year, I'll never go back with you again.
So Everett, I'm just gonna ask you one question. If you feel yourself getting dizzy, ain't you just gonna stop?
Yeah, but stop up and get some water or something. You know what I mean?
This man, he's on the treadmill.
He lied.
He is like this.
He lied.
You see him?
No, now he exaggerating.
Stopping and taking a quick breath. He gonna keep going and then gonna fall off the treadmill.
He exaggerating. Don't believe me.
Keep in mind, he was only going about 2 miles an hour.
I was not going 2 miles. Now you are exaggerating.
He was only
Thomas, put the camera a little bit down so we can see your face a little bit more.
You can see me.
I'm just saying. You had it like elevated.
I'm looking at you. You looking at me. What's up?
Okay, all right. Now that's a lot better. 'Cause before you had that, boy. You had that. Half your face was in. Anyway, I ain't gonna be tech geek out here.
No,
but yeah, man. So did you recover? You all right? You lived?
I mean,
yeah. I just know not to go back with him again.
That's not my fault.
It is your fault because you didn't even tell the story right. But anyway, go ahead, Everett. He's a liar. Go ahead.
That's what happened.
So speaking,
there's no other way to tell what happened except what happened.
He lied. Go ahead.
Well, speaking of potential liars, I was recently on a Facebook chat with a couple of people that I know that were talking about their relationships. So I had a guy tell me, and I posted up something that was pretty much about happy house, happy spouse, happy house. And there was like this small debate between happy spouse, happy house versus happy wife, happy life.
Right.
So I was sitting back and forth being like, well, what do y'all think about this? So I talked to a couple of them and they were like, look, whatever my wife wants, that's what I'm going to get. Like, I just want to be, I just want to be happy, and I'll just go with whatever my wife says. Basically, the gist of what I got was that from what they were telling me.
Simp.
A simp?
He's the simp, basically. Okay.
Maybe.
I mean, really.
So I have a question for Kory, considering he's married. Which is the best practice? Happy spouse, happy house, or happy wife, happy life? I'm
gonna be honest with you. That really just comes down to who you're with. Because here's something that I was taught. You got two types of men. Some men run their house, and some men run around their house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got some men that, like, say happy wife, happy life. It's like they get tired of coming home every day and arguing and fighting. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's like, like they get tired of that quote unquote nagging wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like every time I come home, she always got something to say, blah, blah, blah. So they just feel that if I just pacify her and just pretty much just do everything she tell me to do, or do everything that she say do, pretty much I'm her yes man, because everything that she asking for is just yes. I don't gotta hit a nag. I mean, like, that's just pretty much what that is. But you got some men where it's just like, nah. I mean, like, I'm the head of the house. I will run this. I'm not like, what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, there's only so much of this nagging that I can take. And it's like, your happiness is not the only one in this marriage who matters and counts. I mean, like, so that really just comes down to who you with. Now, I mean, like, because everyone's marriage and everyone's relationship is different. For some men, they don't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, whatever my wife wants, she can have. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got some men who's like, nah, hold on, baby, chill. Okay? But right now is not the time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying we can't do this eventually, but right now is not the time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that really, so in my personal opinion, that just comes down to who you with. I mean, like, so.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's one of those situations where I've seen dudes do this all the time. They'll suppress their emotions just to make the chick happy and then think that's going to build a happy home. Like, if you are doing that, you're going to have problems and a dangerous marriage and a failed marriage at that.
And
or just a whole broken, and a whole broken up household after.
Because I can promise you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tell her yes 99 times. The one time, that 100th time, that one time you for some reason have to tell her no, she gonna look at you different.
Oh yeah,
I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, I promise you, because that's how, I ain't gonna say all of them, of course, but that's how some of them are. I mean, like, because by you telling her yes, you spoiled her. You know what I'm saying? Like, like now she feels entitled. Now she feels that everything that you do, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, and then And then that's when all the fuckery happens. Where, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, where they start trying to play those games. You know, I mean, like, you know, well, you ain't shit and all that other stuff. I should, you know, I mean, like, you know, how come that you can't do this or do that, but knowing damn well I've been doing this and that since we've been together.
Right.
I think
that's how you create a monster.
Yeah, but I think that there needs to be. This is what I always tell people. You need to communicate as to what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate.
Right.
I'll tell somebody quick. Don't play no head games with me because I'm quick to cut ties with people. I'll tell somebody straight up. You be straight up honest with me and you tell me exactly how you're feeling. Do not play games. Do not play mind games. Don't do any snake tricks to me. I don't do them to you. The second that is done to me, you're out of my life. You have to. That's a personal rule for me in any type of relationship that I'm in or friendship or whatever. Just don't do none of that stuff and you're fine. So when it when it comes to, look, what y'all looking at me like that for? Y'all know it's true. Y'all know how I am.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you know.
That's how I am. Y'all know, this ain't no surprise to y'all.
Let's see if when she really throwing it back, do you still have that same backbone?
Let me put it to you like this. At some point, you're gonna get tired of disrespect. I don't care how good. I don't care how good she is, or you know that she is in the bedroom or wherever y'all decide to do that at. I don't care how good that is. When you are tired, and especially if you start to see like patterns, like a woman can see patterns if a dude cheats. Men should now, especially with all the information now on the internet, and especially with everybody being so open with information, a man now should be able to figure out the pattern is when a woman is cheating. And when she's playing mind games, and when now look, there's a lot of males on this show, and I'm not dogging out women. I'm just talking about those that play mind games and treat a good dude bad in a relationship. That's what I'm hitting on now. So when we are talking about that particular issue, at some point, like, it's 2020, you have to have a backbone to be happy. I strongly believe you have to have a backbone. You can't sit over there and keep sacrificing the very essence of who you are as a person, your rules, your stances on certain things. You can't keep doing that just to satisfy somebody else or just because you're worried about what this person's going to think. Like, no, you're being disrespected. Tell that person why it's disrespectful to do this to yourself. You know what I mean? Open up and be like, hey, you did this and I found it disrespectful and here's why. And I'm telling you this so you can correct it so I don't have to go through this again. Communication is everything. If I don't have communication in a relationship, if I can't open up without my words being twisted, if I can't open up and talk about stuff that progresses our relationship without it being a fight or an argument or we're not finding a solution, then what the hell am I doing in this marriage, this relationship, or even this friendship or whatever other label you want to put it on in terms of socially?
True.
I mean, like, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not just people got to communicate. You see, I have also come to find out communication is not the problem. It's that people don't listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because I can say something to you 100 times a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I am communicating. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I can tell you that, hey, what you're doing is wrong. What you're doing is bothering me. I don't like it. It makes me feel X, Y, and Z. I can tell you that 100 times a day. You know, that's me communicating. But you're not listening. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like people, like I think one of the main problems now, communication is a key thing of course. But I think that what people don't understand is that the other side of communicating something is that you got to receive. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to be able to receive constructive criticism. You have to be able to receive, hey, as my partner, you're making me feel X, Y, and Z. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a good partner is going to, you know, take that in and try to adjust in whatever practical way, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, to not make their partner feel that way. But if you got a selfish partner, they'll just say, well, you knew who I was when we got together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, okay, that's who you was. You trying to tell me that if we've been together for X amount of years, the same person that I got with 20 years ago is supposed to be the same person now? Like, so you haven't grown or evolved or changed? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, like you have to be able to receive and to listen and stop taking things, you know what I mean? Like, okay, now there is a difference between constructive criticism and insulting. If I'm doing something, don't insult me. But like, you know, hey, I mean, hey, tell me like, hey, this is what you're doing. I don't like it. But don't talk to me as if I'm a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that like
that'll get at me. Somebody says that to me.
Right. Like, don't talk. Like, if we're supposed to be together, I'm a grown man. You are a grown woman. But I'm a grown man. Talk to me like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and the saddest thing is, and Thomas, he'll tell you too, the saddest thing is that as men, even as women, but right now we talking about men. The nicer you are to a person, the more they take advantage of you.
I felt that one. That's
I was saying that, you know, selfish and pride is the number one killer of a marriage. And I feel like if a person is not willing to give up the words me, myself, and I for we, us, and ours, you shouldn't get married. And I think a lot of people, you know, make that mistake. You know, it's about, you know, self-examination.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that also it's one of those situations where there's a lot of, I think people are infatuated with getting married instead of cultivating a lifelong marriage.
Right. So in other words, what you're saying is people want, you know, are prepared for the wedding, but not necessarily the marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the wedding is great and it's a party and you get all the attention is on you. However, you know, once the honeymoon phase is over and you're used to being around this person and it's not as exciting anymore, like, you know, like, are you just going to get bored and just dip out for stupid reasons? You're going to look for this small reason, or if you really love this person, you're going to work it out. And that's the thing that could separate the difference. Like, to be honest with you, when people say happy wife, happy life, that's a red flag for me. Because if your happiness is dependent on one person, your marriage is not going to work out. And I hate to say it, but that person is soft if they think that.
I mean, like, you know, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I'm telling you, and I'm speaking from experience. The more you pacify a woman and just give her everything that she asks for, the more she's not going to respect you.
That's true.
She will not respect. Like, she will lose respect for you. I mean, like, cause it's human nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I mean, like, if I know that I can get away with something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so if I know that I got this dude that's just handing me everything that I want, I probably stopped caring about him a long time ago. But why? But I ain't gonna leave him. I mean, like, cause he's doing everything for me that I want. But the minute he tell me no, that's when but the one time that he tells me no, that's when I'm gonna say, okay, well, the reason that I kept him around was because he was doing this. Now that he can't do this for me anymore, what's the point of having him around? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I'm trying, like, bro, and the thing about a marriage is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, And I talk to a lot of older married people. I'm talking about folks that have been married 20, 30, 40 years. One of the common things that they say about today's generation of people that get married, today's generation of people don't know how to go through it. Like when you choose this person to be your spouse, husband or wife, you're making a lifetime commitment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the thing about our generation is that a little inkling of unhappiness, we're quick to move out. Or we're quick to move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like me talking to people who've been married 20, 30, 40 years, and I love people who are honest. Like, they say, like, Kory, we've been married for 20, 30 years. Do you really think we were blissfully happy for all those 20, 30 years? No. That's not realistic. It's not. And people, they'll lie about their marriage or paint this picture that everything is just peaches and cream, sunshine and roses. But that's not the case. Like, every marriage, y'all gone through something. Now it's nobody's business. But don't front as if like y'all never argued, y'all was never unhappy, or y'all never had a crisis. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's just not the truth. But our generation, we don't. A lot of us, when we take those vows for better or worse, we truly don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it sounds good in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but you really don't mean it because you don't know what your worst is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so as soon as the worst happens, and you say to yourself, "Damn, I don't really think I can do this no more," and you try to break out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so now, albeit in some cases, I understand. Like, if you're in a abusive relationship, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, leave, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like there isn't anything to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you're in or if you constantly are getting cheated on, there ain't anything to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but besides those things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like as soon as people like, oh, well, he's at work, he don't spend no time with me. He's working. Okay. Is he the only one that's paying the bills right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, I mean, he working. Now, I would see if he had time, but any free time he had, he trying to hang with Craig and them. That's different. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, nah, bro, like, you got a wife at home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you finally have some free time, spend that with your wife. You feel me?
True.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think one of the things that we need to focus on as the millennials and Gen Zs is we need to focus on studying what commitment actually is. Studying what good communication that. You said what?
It's just one last thing. I'm so sorry to cut you off.
No problem.
While it's in my head. Because I told Thomas this story the other day. The previous generation, I ain't gonna lie to you, they are different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they came up in a totally different era. So the stuff that they put up with in their marriage,
I know where you're going with it.
Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I get why they did it, but I can't.
I don't.
I couldn't go that far. Like, I was talking to someone, and they was telling me about like this other married couple that they knew, where the husband, this was years ago, he shot his wife, but she stayed.
That ain't.
Yeah, if you shoot me, I'm good as gone. I'm good as gone. You shoot me, I'm good as gone.
I mean, now of course he didn't kill her, like shot her in the leg or something. I don't know if he shot his wife or just shot at his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but a gun was drawn and unloaded. So
That's some peculiar love right there, boy.
So you feel me? I mean, like, that's like when I was watching that interview in Miss Chalet, whether it's true or not, we don't know.
Hey, we know that's true. Come on,
Where
man.
she had told a story on how Dr. Dre shot at her. I wasn't expecting her to say.
Kory, I gotta cut you off. You still saying allegedly?
Because we wasn't there.
Yes, we do. We do know.
We know nothing.
I mean, I'm not holding it against them, but I'm just saying we know you did it. We know you did it, man. Come on. Allegedly, that's his word. He says allegedly for everything.
Because I wasn't there.
You know,
it's a factual statement. He wasn't there.
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying, like, everybody know how Dre got down back then.
Is it on tape? No, it's not.
Yeah, but there's multiple accounts of people that
he'll do
That's
that.
The thing.
Like, it's funny that he'll do that, but when we talk about R. Kelly, you all over that. You defend Dre. No, he'll defend Dre.
R. Kelly is not the top of the day. I just hope that he don't get raped too bad in jail. Because right now,
me too.
Right
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that Offset and Cardi B are good. So I wanted to get to that. One of the things that we need to do, this is something that I noticed. There was rumors, well, it wasn't a rumor, this was confirmed news that they were getting a divorce.
Yeah.
Obviously, they reconciled their differences. He gets pulled over. Apparently, there was some he was accused of brandishing a weapon at near a Trump rally. They were antagonizing him. Cops came by. We saw the video. Video went viral of him being stopped by police and all that type of stuff. Now, I saw online people were pushing that before that incident happened. People were in full support of them divorcing.
I was.
Well, hold on. Then when they get back together and this ordeal happened and they got each other's back, people were championing them that. So the same people that wanted these two to divorce are in their corner all of a sudden. You don't see how two-faced that is?
Well, is it the same people or is it, because,
it's the internet.
Huh?
It's internet fans. Internet fans are wishy-washy. They love your misery, but they want you to win at the same time. It's super weird.
To put it on record, when I say that I was in favor for them getting a divorce, I'm not in favor of their misery. I just don't believe that them two belong together. Now, I do think that was dope that she's still by his side in the middle of, what's going on. I mean, because they love each other, but just because two people love each other don't mean that they meant to be together. That's it.
So I'm going to say this. And I saw this post on Facebook and it made me laugh. And it was a woman that wrote this post. Women will stay in an unhappy relationship just to prove that they're this ride or die chick. Knowing damn well that she ain't smiled in 10 years.
That's true.
But going back to what we said. Now, it's a fact that Offset at the beginning of their marriage, he was cheating. Okay. But I'm a personal, but just going back, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite or contradict myself. I was indifferent of them getting a divorce. I just didn't care. But if they decided to work things out, then I'm all for it. Because as I said, if he wasn't abusive, or if he kept cheating, like she said that, because
But you just said it though. It wasn't a one-time thing.
Huh?
His cheating wasn't a one-time thing.
Well, she said, well, as I said, only going off of her words. She said that after that one time that he got caught up and she took him back, she hadn't heard, or the reason that they were splitting up wasn't because he was cheating or got caught cheating again. Because I know that there was rumors that he had a baby on the way, but she was like, no, that's not true and all that other stuff. Her own words, because she did an interview. Her own words was she was just unhappy because they kept fighting. And in her mind, because he had cheated, when they first got married, everything was all good. So in her mind, it's like, if he cheated on me when everything was all good, now that everything is bad right now, he gonna cheat on me again. And I'm not about to stick around for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I do think it is that it is good that she decided to stick around. I just hope it's for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I just hope it's not to prove to chicks that she's this ride or die chick and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and also, this also came out of Cardi B's mouth too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, going back to what we said, and it's great that you brought it up. Because Cardi B, it was a Vlad TV interview. She said it out of her mouth. She used to treat dudes bad. She used to dog him out. Like, you know, so sometimes when these kind of things happen to us, like Offset cheating on her, sometimes you charge that to karma because you done fucked over a lot of men. You done played, like, you done hurt a lot of feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, karma's real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, like, you know, because that came out of her mouth. Like, you know, that she would use guys, fuck guys over. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like she did that. So, I mean, so it's like, you can't get, I mean, you can, but in the grand scheme of things, you got to charge that to the game and keep it moving.
True.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man, where celebrities psychologically are tricky to me, because you're dealing with the fame aspect, the opinion of the internet, mixed with your personal life and the opinions of, you know, relatives that still know you from before you made it, and stuff of that nature. So you're dealing with you're dealing with all those aspects, but then you're dealing with your career aspect. And I remember, you know, months ago, you know, almost a couple years ago, I brought somebody on to talk about their relationship, and he's saying, basically, he's like, look, they got a kid named Culture. Like I'm sorry, but like at some point, I'm not naming my kid based on what's the trendy word right now. I'm not naming that's personal. That's something that's totally that you guys in the industry don't get that. This is my kid. I will call them a regular name. You know what I mean? And I will move forward and care about, you know, you guys can get the entertainment and all that type of stuff and the awards and all that type of stuff. You guys can enjoy that. When it comes to my personal life, when it comes to my decision making, when it comes to where I want to be at from a personal standpoint in my life, and we're in that goal, that belongs to me. I think sometimes celebrities nowadays, they get so wrapped up in, I gotta prove this person wrong, this person's hating on me, this person said this bad thing on the internet. Look, I know it's fame, I know the stuff that comes with that, but however, at some point, you gotta put the phone down. At some point, you gotta just focus on the next creative thing that you want to do. At some point, you got to kick certain people to the curb that don't have your best interest at heart, or that are just there to take something from you. They're never able, they're there to give. So these celebrities get into these situations or get into these relationships without barely any standards, and it's just where we're going to take, when it comes to relationships, where we're just going to have fun and take life as it is and wherever it goes until something triggers me or something bothers me out of nowhere. Like, I will see news of them out, like, and not just, I'm off Cardi B and Offset, I'm just saying celebrities in general. You'll see a celebrity get with somebody, they'd be, you know, sneaky, because, you know, paparazzi is sneaky creepers. That's what I call them. They just be around, flicking it up, getting pictures, whether they're on a beach somewhere. They always seem to be going to the beach. It's always on a beach somewhere. They're walking side by side down a shopping center or something like that. And it'll be like months and months of that. And then out of nowhere, TMZ gets a domestic thing happened. Oh, they broke up because they were screaming at each other over this. Oh, this. Like, I'm not claiming on here that I'm perfect in every decision that I make. I'm just saying, in terms of what celebrities go through, it comes to a point where what's my end game here? What's my goal here? If your goal is to have fun, make sure you just tell her that. Tell him that. If your goal is to, look, I'm trying to find a wife, tell him or her that. If your goal is like, look, I need to heal, but I enjoy company. I need to heal from my past relationship, but I don't like being alone. It disturbs me mentally. Tell somebody that. There is nothing wrong with telling somebody what your end goal is for this moment. Because I mean, I'd rather know going in than not know at all.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, and it sounds good, but people are not going to do that. You know,
people need to start doing that, which is the whole point of why I'm saying it.
I know, but I'm just saying it sounds like too much like the right thing to do. You know, people. Am I right, Kory? We was just talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, like in an ideal world, yeah, like that's what you would want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but people have their own agendas, their own things that they're trying to work out, and all that other stuff. People,
I mean, you're right.
Like, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and going back to it, people just get into things for the wrong reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like people really like it. I always go back to, what did you do this for? Like, why are you with this person? Yes, I'm sure that you love him. Okay, or her, but it has to be deeper than that. It really has to be deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
it can't be surface at all. Because I can promise you, there will come a time when love is not enough. What else does the person do for you? Like, love is not enough. And I'm a personal believer in also, you should not be with a person just because they make you happy. And here's what I mean by that. It is not another person's job to make you happy. Their job is to add to your own happiness. You should know how to be happy with yourself before you learn how to be happy with another person. Because unless you're happy with self, you will never be happy with another person. It's just not gonna happen that way. It's not. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so and there probably is some folks out there who say, well, what's the purpose of me having a spouse if they're not supposed to make me happy? Because my happiness should not be determined by them making me happy. I should know how to be happy on my own. Now, if they're not trying to add to my happiness, but just trying to bring but all they're trying to do is bring negativity into my life, then that's when we got a problem. Because I like me, I love me, and I'm a happy person. So if you're just someone where you're just trying to bring negativity and trying to disrupt my peace, then we ain't gonna work. But if you're someone that you're trying to add to my peacefulness and add to my life in a positive way, then we got something to talk about. Yep, absolutely, man. I definitely get that. Yeah, man. So I also want to move on. I was watching Hotboxing with Mike Tyson, and I saw the Boosie video, man. And dude, let's Dude, these are my first thoughts. If you are somebody that grew up in a rough area, you need to go and watch this podcast with Boosie on there. Man. It was the way Mike Tyson broke it down to him was just perfect. Because everything that Boosie has gone through, another street dude is going through. Any trauma that Boosie went through, it's like right there in front of your. It's like right there in front of your face. Like every time he says something of a trauma he went through and how people turned on him and this and that, and Mike was like, we are doing. Basically, I'm summing him up. We are doing all this to be feared and be respected because we're not just trying to be hurt again.
Right.
Mike acted like a terror and beat the snot out of people out of fear. He openly admitted that. Like, I'm scared to get knocked out. I'm scared to take us home. You're going to get it. Like, he
was bullied as a kid. You do know that. Yeah, so
he was bullied. You know, and when I really sit back and look at this, and when I really, you know, because you can, when it's funny to me, man. I look at him, I look at Boosie, and I'm like, because I used to sit before I saw this, I was like, Boosie's just somebody you don't want to mess with. He can be funny, he'll say how he feels. You just don't want to mess with him because he will probably pop off. He's one of those rappers, in my personal opinion, if you know, looked at him and be like, okay, I don't want to get on your bad side. You're a decent person and you've been through a lot, but I just don't want to get on your bad side. You could see Mike peeling back each layer and allowing Boosie to open up in a way he hasn't opened up in a long time because there was too much pain written on his face. Right. Looking at that video. And he's been programmed to, I have to keep you near me, but it's at a certain distance. If something pops off because I'm afraid of getting hurt again, I have to get at you a certain way. Like, you have to suffer consequences. I might have to pull my Glock out. That sort of talk. Like, you know, that sort of situation, man. The reason why is because it was fear of being rejected, fear of being treated wrong again. Like, and it was amazing to me because I'm like, he ain't the only one that is dealing with these issues. Right. He ain't the only one from his spot where he grew up. He's not the only one that is dealing with these issues. Like, if you grew up in an environment similar to what Boosie went through, I would encourage everybody to go watch that whole episode because Mike just unpacked the psychological problems that we deal with when it comes to not just the bravado of a street dude, just the bravado as men in general, if you really want to dig down deeper. Like, a lot of the stuff we do is to prevent, is in our mind, we're preventing a possible way for you to hurt us, which is why we may handle things a certain way that we handle them. Like I said earlier, I have no problem saying this. Like I said earlier about the relationship topic, I will tell somebody quickly, just be honest with me. Tell me exactly how you're feeling. Don't play no mind games. Don't go above and beyond to be petty to try to prove your point. And you fine with me. The second you do that, I'm cutting you the fuck off. The second you get petty, I'm cutting you off. The reason why I'm saying that is because I've dealt with issues where I've gotten hurt. And I had to say that so I wouldn't get hurt again. It's the same. It's similar ties to Boosie, even though I didn't come from the background he came from. It's similar ties to him and to other men in general. We move based on the outcome of situations that helped us or hurt us. That's how men move sometimes. And when certain people open up more than others, it was certain situations that other people didn't have to go through that allows for that to happen. If other people are more guarded, there's a reason why they're more guarded. If other people are more angrier, there's a reason why they're more angrier. It came from somewhere that changed. Every person that you see angry, negative, hateful, spiteful, they were a good dude, a good sister at one point. They got used. nice people get used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice people get used, bro.
Like, no, like you're absolutely right, and it goes back to that old saying, "Hurt people hurt people." You know what I'm saying? Like, and going back to my previous comment, the nicer you are, the more someone is going to take advantage of you, because you will have more people will take that kindness for weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me and Thomas, like, it's crazy because we were actually having this talk like not too long ago, like how it sucks, but sometimes when you go through life, right, and someone hurts you, that pain is a lesson, not just for you, but it's a lesson for them. Like, okay, prime example. I owe this cat, you know what I'm saying? Like, him and his girl and all that. They've been rocking for a long time. You feel me? She cheated on him. Now, because they've been rocking for a long time and all that, she never really thought, and some people do think like this, that they think that they got the person so hard that no matter what they do, this person not gonna leave you. You feel me? So, to her shock, he actually left her. And now, like, and she was so shocked and just so hurt, like, oh my God, I can't believe he left me, like, I'm sorry and all that other stuff. Nah, like, okay, I forgive you, but we still can't be together.
Right.
So now, because she realized the consequences to her actions, like, I really had a good dude, I fucked up, he actually had the balls to leave me, and now I'm now in a situation where, yeah, I can find another dude, but is that person gonna do for me even half of what he did? Probably not.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that because she hurt him, that had to be her lesson. Like, hey, you can't treat people how you can't treat people any old kind of way and just think that they are gonna just and think that they are just going to stick around with you. And
Damn
his
right.
was, hey, bro.
Look at him. He said, "Damn right." You said they were feeling.
And hey, bro, his lesson was, man, sometimes it be the ones closest to you that'll hurt you the deepest and hurt you the most. But I was talking to Thomas because I gave him another situation how when he left her, right? So I said, no, because I'm saying this too, where the person, right, they'll cheat. The person that they cheated on will leave. That fucks the person who cheated so hard that all of a sudden now they do a complete 180 and they are now the best person ever. And the next person that they get with, all of a sudden, everything that this person wanted them to be, they are like that to the next person they're with. But karma comes back hard as a motherfucker, because how you treated that person, that's how this person is going to treat you.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's kind of like, but I do think though, like, you meet people at different stages and different points. Like, Will Smith, his ex-wife, she once said the difference between me and Jada was I married the Fresh Prince. Jada married Will Smith.
Mm.
We had Will at two different points in his life. like she had Will when he was younger, younger, immature, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jada had Will when he was getting older, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was in a different place. Stevie J and Faith Evans. Like,
nah, don't use that as an example.
Yeah, don't use that as an example.
No, they are having.
Keep it.
They are struggling.
Yeah, keep that.
They are
That's
struggling. Yes, they are. I heard that he had. I just heard that he had a baby outside of that marriage.
Allegedly.
Well,
they
come on. This is Stevie J we're talking about. I mean, I'm not, like I said, that's my man at all, but it's Stevie J we're talking about.
They allegedly, they like, I don't believe the internet. Like, for the longest time, they kept trying to call Kevin Hart gay. So I don't believe.
Well, nobody knows. Who cares?
Right.
Well, it's one of those situations when you look at your past issues or your past dealings that you had, you definitely going to get a lesson from any of them. And right. I think it's one of those situations where if you look at what Boosie is going through, I don't think he never. See, here's the thing. Everybody talks about, well, get over the daggone trauma already. I was like, if you've never had an outlet to express who you are without being ridiculed, if you've never been in a situation to further yourself, to express yourself, to get over that trauma, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to keep it bottled up, bottled in. You're going to do certain tactics. You're going to do certain things to make sure that you, in your mind, you think you're protected, but you're poisoning yourself because you're not letting that stuff out. He was able to turn around and get that stuff out on that podcast, and I think that was a fast track to healing for him because he wasn't able to get that. He wasn't able to sit over here and when he was dealing with stuff, when people turned on him, he wasn't able to say, like, I'm screwed up and I'm not even able to express it because I have to watch where I'm going and keep my head on the swivel. Like, it's one of those situations where it's like, damn, can I catch a break? I can't, it's like every time I turn around, somebody has their hand out. Every time I turn around, somebody's trying to, check my temperature and push me to a point I don't want to go. Every time I turn around. Now, I'm talking more so of his circumstances in a nutshell. The fact that it's been years. He got out of jail a few years ago. It's been years of all of this. And I'm looking at the thinking, like he's thinking through what Mike is saying, but when he looks up, I also see the pain still from years ago of situations that he might have been in. And that's the thing where, if you're somebody that's successful, that has done a lot and you know what I mean, and you've accomplished a lot of things, and you look at somebody who may have not have accomplished a lot more than you have and be like, well, get over the doggone trauma already. I'm like, well, hold on. You had parents in the home. You had somebody in the home. You had somebody there to guide you and help you get over something that could have traumatized you for the rest of your life. They didn't. So it's one of those situations where it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what, where you come from, where you grew up at, it doesn't matter about, the different, classes or classifications as to what makes you you. Just get the healing. When there's opportunity to get the healing, when there's opportunity to, start working through the trauma that you're dealing with, just do it because you don't want to keep it bottled in. And that's what I took away from Boosie being on Hotbox with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I
was saying that you could definitely see the maturity in Mike Tyson and somewhat of Boosie too when it comes to dealing with his trauma. Because a lot of people, healing don't happen because a lot of people don't acknowledge the hurt.
Right.
Yeah, because as men, we are, and especially black men, we are conditioned a certain way. Like, what? Boys don't cry. Say it with your chest, little nigga. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like,
you gonna say it with your chest into a depression or suicide to keep it up.
I mean, like,
or high blood pressure.
Or anytime what do they say? Suck that shit up, little nigga. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So, like, we aren't taught to actually deal with trauma or to deal with our hurt. Like, you know, we are just taught, hey, that's life. Or, hey, you know, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, like, that's just how, but you can't get over something until you dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like it just doesn't happen that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and going back to it, hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, you got fucked over. So now, because you're hurt, the next thing that you're gonna do is fuck someone else over and keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, like, and you're doing it because you never got over what happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you like all that pain and bitterness, it's eating you up inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but you gotta put on this front that you're okay. And as Black people, it's okay for us to not be okay.
Right.
It's okay to not be okay. You know
and it's okay to cry. That's another thing that we got to teach. Yeah. You know, a lot of us Black men, you know, a lot of us, you know, we take crying as a sign of as a sign of weakness. Yeah. And, you know, that's actually healing.
I'd rather cry and get it out than do something out of anger and get myself tied up in a way that I didn't expect.
Right.
That's a lot more constructive. Because I've seen some people not cry. Next thing you know, they sitting over there punching everything to move. It is nuts, bro.
You know? And, you know, one thing I do know is that when a Black man get angry, most likely we're going to wind up in jail. That's where you don't want to be.
Hopefully that is not the case. And you know, it's funny you bring that up, man, because I wanted to bring up the gentleman that got shot, and I don't have his name in front of me, but the gentleman that got shot in Philadelphia, and he was shot like 10 times. Yes, he was coming over there. Based on the video, he's coming over there with a knife. But what they don't tell you is that he was called. The police were called several times to that house in the past, and he was dealing with mental issues. Like, this is on record.
Right.
This is on record. He has been dealing with mental issues, and my thought process is, why not have a professional mental health counselor be right there with a police officer just to protect the counselor, to avoid a guy getting shot excessively 10 times if he's dealing with mental health issues.
He's Black.
I know what you're going to say, Thomas, because he's Black, but however, I understand that, and I understand that perspective. However, I think that protocol should be in place. Like, if there's public record that that police have had incidents with him before, and he's a Black guy with mental health issues, and the cops weren't shooting his back out then. So obviously what that tells me is that there were cops that knew who this dude was,
right? Knew
he was doing mental issues and had the foresight to be like, okay, he's dealing with mental issues. He's not necessarily a threat, so I'm not gonna. There's been instances where he's been stopped before just because of his mental issues. He's not doing anything wrong, but the mental issues that man had dealt with got expedited to the point. At some point, he was bringing out a knife. Now, you know, at this point, you got the taser. At this point, you know, try that first. Don't go for the bullet. So in the back of my mind, and I've talked about this so many times, in the back of my mind, I've seen people that look differently from this gentleman not be treated that same way for an obvious reason we don't even need to discuss, because I've discussed it enough on this podcast. We know, everybody should know what this is now.
Right.
So when these things happen, let's be honest, folks, a cop is not professionally trained to handle a mental health issue. There should be a professional there.
Right.
I mean, like, yeah, because see, now this is what at my job we call Monday morning quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like it's always easier to look at tape. You press rewind, pause, you critique every part of it. But when you take a step back, okay, at the end of the day, and I'm just talking about in that case, because normally we always talk about unarmed black men getting shot, but just for this particular case, he was armed. So okay, fine. Most of us, if a nigga is coming at us with a knife, we ain't gonna ask no questions. I'm just calling that like what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like in this particular case, just playing devil's advocate here. If someone's coming at me with a knife, I'm trying to defend myself, right? I mean, if someone is coming at y'all, with a knife, your natural instinct is to defend yourself, right?
Right.
That's a natural instinct, but so let me challenge your point for a second.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to debate with you on, these cops were racist and shit. I'm not going down that road. Here's the road I'm going down. If there is documentation,
right,
where this guy it's known. This is once more tape came out of other instances where they stopped this dude to check on his mental health. He's a known head case. I'm not making fun of him. God rest the dead. I'm just saying this. Let's say this guy's still alive. This guy's a known head case. He's known for not being all mentally there.
Okay.
So if you know, it's one thing if you didn't know that beforehand. You said, okay, I'm blowing this dude away. He's coming at me with a knife. But you noticed beforehand that he's not mentally all there. Are you still going to have that same mindset? I'm not trying to argue and be catty or nothing like that. I'm just saying, if you got that info before.
So, okay. So I can only speak from my own experience because I deal with people that have mental health issues. You have to look at the history. The previous calls that other cops in that area had, because I'm sure that it was not the same cops every time. But the previous calls, did that man have a history of getting violent? No. Okay. So if there's no history of him getting violent, you probably going to think like, okay, here we go again. He's probably outside in his underwear smearing peanut butter all
would think of the most.
I mean, I'm just saying, like you don't know, but if he have a history of getting violent, when you pull up on scene, you just think that it's the same old stuff. But you pull up on scene but now this time he got a knife. Okay, well, hold on, man. Like, okay, let's try to calm down here. But now he's coming at us with a knife. Hindsight, of course, is 2020. In that situation, you could say taser or do other things. I'm just saying from my own perspective. And no, I'm not a cop, but just in this isolated incident, I can't tell you that if a man is coming at me with a knife, that I'm not going to shoot him.
Right.
That's fair. Okay, I get that.
No, I'm just trying to be honest. And then, like, and going back to hindsight is 2020. Me and Thomas, we argue about this movie all the time. South Central. I said that the old man who shot the kid, he was wrong.
No, he wasn't.
He was wrong.
No, he wasn't.
The kid was running away. The kid was running away.
He running away. He running away with my radio. No. You
Thomas. No. This is what you don't understand. Okay, based on okay. So here's the thing. Depending on what state you're in, self-defense is good when you're inside your house. If I shoot a kid that is running, he's out of my house. Yeah. He's on the edge of the fence. I take my gun and I shoot him. He was halfway off my property. Yeah. There's a chance they could no, listen to me. There's a chance that they can argue that in court that was not self-defense. That was murder.
Well, it would have been murder. Don't step on my story.
See, you're going to go to jail because you don't pay attention to the law. That's your damn problem.
The way I see it, don't blame me. Don't blame me. You blame the parents.
Based on how you acting, you're going to need a lawyer. You're going to need to shut the hell up in court. That's based on where you're at. Because you can't say nothing. Because you're going to blow up your whole case.
I got to do that. My point is, don't blame me. You blame your parents for not teaching you that when a key does not fit the lock, leave it alone.
Because my thing is that, and that's why with Thomas on this subject, I don't want to hear nothing. Because don't condemn the police on this.
I'm not condemning them.
On this topic for shooting a man that was coming at them with a knife.
I'm not condemning nobody. No.
But you condone shooting, like taking a shotgun and putting one in a kid's back that was running.
You shouldn't have came up in my place. You shouldn't be on the property.
Oh man, know what I'm saying?
I mean, in a nutshell, I think that
you shouldn't be.
It's just a bad situation, Thomas. We off that. It's just a bad situation when it comes to that young man, and maybe through this situation, if we can start, I would like to see this done. If there's been random calls about the same person dealing with mental health, I think a professional should be called, accompanied by an officer, just in case anything pops off. Well, that's the practice that I think should take place. A trusted professional, a trusted mental health professional, with a police officer arriving at the scene. But
here's the thing though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do personally know. I do factually know. I don't know in all states and all that, but I do factually know that in some states, you know what I'm saying? Like, cops, they do get, now some type of mental health training. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not as extensive. But they do get some type of mental health training. But what I'm saying is that in most cases, that goes out the window when so-and-so has a knife.
Yeah, and I get that. Is it statewide yet? Do you know if it's, statewide? No, is it nationwide yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That would be a good thing to have nationwide, just so people, I'm not saying cops got to be, mental health counselors on the same level as the professional mental health counselors. I know that's not realistic, but, if they're going to make if it's like an entry level type of thing, make it nationwide, then I'm for it if it's possible. Saves, who knows? It could save a life.
I'm saying? Like, and anytime you have it's a real unfortunate situation, because anytime you have a loss of life, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's bad. But in this, I sometimes don't like to judge hindsight, especially cause I'm that type of person. Like, I'm gonna tell you, what about my life? Because going back to it, the man is mentally unstable. True, but he has a weapon. So we're talking about a mentally unstable person that has a weapon. That in itself is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't know. You know what I'm saying? So to me, a person that doesn't know is more dangerous than someone who does know. You know what I'm saying? So it's a real, anytime you have a loss of life, it's like anytime you have a loss of life, it's a bad, it's a bad situation. My condolences to the family, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Rest in peace to that young man. Definitely the heart goes out to the mother that was literally right there watching her kid get gunned down. And not that he's a kid, but a grown watching, when the mother watches her son get gunned down right in front of her, like the scream of that, it's a rough video. Switching gears here, I wanted to talk about briefly about my thoughts on Kanye being on Joe Rogan. I watched it, and to be honest with you, I think it was actually a very productive interview. It was actually he thinks future tense. He thinks, what can I do that's going to set up for a better future? He doesn't think in the right now. So one of the things that when it comes to Kanye and the stuff that he's dealing with, he was very open. He gave his thoughts on how to push gospel music into what is currently going on now from a sound perspective. Opened up about his views on abortion, his calling as a world leader, thinking about being a better father, better husband, and really looking at how he can construct society better through every avenue, through tech, through agriculture, through politics, not just music. Because at this point, him being a multi-millionaire, he's a billionaire at this point. When you get to a certain point, you start thinking of those things. I think he was very articulate. I think he knew what his intentions were, and he was sane. This is coming from somebody who's been on this podcast being very critical of him for the past 2 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, if I'm saying that, it's a very, very interesting interview. Hats off to him for finding his sanity and whatnot. I just hope that this continues. I don't need him out of the stuff that I criticized him 2 years ago. I don't need him reverting back to that. That's all that I asked for. I don't need him reverting back to that. Let him move and finesse what he wants to. Also, let me say this:
album drop.
Do not vote for that man as president of the United States. Do not do that.
You already voted for him as president.
No, I didn't.
You better not.
Come on, me and you just talked about this last night.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. But you better not. I better not find it. I better not.
Everett, you already know that Kanye and Thomas's eyes can do no wrong.
Oh.
He's trying to get me.
I'm
gonna let you have it.
Kanye and Thomas's eyes can do no wrong. All you know what I'm saying? Kanye has been a coon for Lord knows how long, and Thomas has always said no, he's not a coon. Now,
I will go back on my word. I will.
What?
But what are you gonna say?
Say it.
It's hard for me. It's hard for me to say it.
Say it.
He a coon.
Who? Who's a coon? Say it.
Kanye West.
Why?
No, hold on.
Okay,
hold on.
why?
Say it.
You really have to
Kanye
ask
West
that
is
question. You really have to. We don't even need to have that
what?
conversation.
No. This is
But it's your
breaking
perspective. I've shared my
No, no.
perspective about.
Are we going to move on?
No, this is
Oh,
breaking
okay,
news.
that's how you feel.
Thomas, why do you feel that Kanye West is a coup?
This is the quietest Thomas has ever been, by the way.
That's
like,
right.
He literally
No,
he took a breath.
Because you're asking me a question. You really have to ask this question.
And I want you to say the answer.
It's not going to be nothing but what you already know.
I don't know nothing.
Yes, you do. You just want to get me to talk.
Yes, say it.
Exactly. That's why. No.
He's not budging, so I'll just wrap this up and say I
That's
hope
right.
that
Thank you.
whatever he's got to accomplish, he accomplishes it. I hope that everything works out for him. However,
Me
he
too.
needs to stay sane. He needs to be with his family and let him do his outreach. Look, I said it probably a year, close to 7 months ago. If he's able to turn around and use gospel music to bring more people healing, fine. If he can turn around and use his resources to make stuff a better place in this world, totally fine. I'm totally with that, as long as nobody gets hurt. As long as he is not the president of the United States of America, please. Let me tell you something. I don't care who anybody votes for, this and that, as long as it is not Kanye West. That's just how I feel about the issue.
So do you pick up some narcissism on his part? Because that's one of the main reasons why. That's been an attribute of his since he got into the rap game. It's just the dial has been turned up and turned down at certain parts of his life. That's always been a thing of his. He's open, and to be honest with you, he's starting to own the fact that he can be self-absorbed at times. In that interview, he said, yeah, I can be kind of full of myself at times, and I can be kind of arrogant. I'll give him credit, because there were times I came right on this show and said, he's like I've told a diehard Kanye fan, shout outs to Valentina, where I've said to her, I was like, look, he comes off too narcissistic, and that ticks me off. Y'all know I hate arrogant people anyway. So, when I saw him do that, I was like, it's very off-putting, especially off-putting to me, because I don't fool with those type of people that just get arrogant and think they fool themselves. It doesn't set right with me. But I can't sit over here and really hate on him in this interview, because he didn't come off like full of himself. He didn't come off like this is all about me and what I'm trying to do, and I have an agenda, a hidden agenda where I'm trying to push me and not push God's work. I'm trying to make this world a better place. And sometimes I may not have all the right answers. Sometimes my approach may be this. I looked at the interview as he's sane enough to see where he may have miscommunicated some things. I just hope he stays on that path. So I feel you as far as giving credit when credit is due. So
yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. So, Kory, I know you wanted him to admit it that bad, but he's not going to.
What do you want me to admit? I wouldn't be admitting something.
He already admitted it, but he wanted you to he wanted you to do a deep dive over it. I want to switch.
No.
And Thomas, I got to call you out, man. You've been coughing a couple times on this platform. Hold on, Kory.
Okay. Anytime we talk about Kanye, this nigga has a full-on speech. And I'm using a big word. He uses a full soliloquy in order to make sense, or to make us believe in Kanye's fuckery. But now that Kanye is on that bullshit, which he's always been, but now that Thomas is starting to see the light, he on quiet time now. He don't want to say nothing about Kanye. He just said, "Kory, I'm gonna just let Kanye be Kanye." Nah, nigga, keep that energy. Okay, that's your man's, right? That's your man.
No, look. I will never disrespect what he brings to artistry.
We ain't talking about his music.
I know that. But for the individual, like I said, I'm not telling you nothing that you don't already know.
I don't know nothing, Thomas.
Yeah, okay.
We gonna switch gears, but Thomas, I do have to comment on something. You have been coughing a couple times here and there, so you ain't got no COVID symptoms, do you?
No, I ain't got no COVID, fool. I got asthma.
Oh, well, I didn't know. I didn't know you was coughing.
Inhaler in 5 years. I don't want to hear that.
That's the truth. Ain't nobody got no COVID. But now, around this time of the year, you know, I have seasonal asthma. So, like when pollen is very high or when ragweeds are very high, you know, you get this as an outcome. But I say like in the middle of November or the ending of November, I won't cough anymore.
Oh, okay, we'll see. We'll find out. We'll get the call. We'll see that. So Jared Kushner, this quote is from what he said. He said, President Trump's policies are policies that can help people break out of the problems that they are complaining about. Mm-hmm. But he can't want them to be successful more than they want to be successful. That was Jared Kushner on supposedly the black community. Let me start off by saying this. Mm-hmm. Are there people that don't want the help? You better believe it. There are people that don't want the help.
Right.
However, that quote, somebody's going to look at that quote and be like, is he another white guy spewing this facade that black people all over across the board are just lazy and don't want to work? That stereotype. Somebody's going to look at that quote and say that. Right. Me, myself, personally, he should have worded that way better. You're in the middle of an election. There's a lot riding on this. People are already calling your organization racist. Like, you have to know where you are at in the game of chess. You can't come off with a statement. Somebody can twist this, word this, and be like, well, you're just basically called a bunch of black people lazy. I look at this as this entire government can have a bunch of policies that doesn't necessarily mean it's within the best interest of every community.
Right.
And I'm gonna be real honest about this. I think that most of the communities, regardless as to what, you can name any community you want, most people in the community are willing to work for an opportunity, especially with all the information that we have, especially with all of the it's now everything is on your phone. All the information is on your phone. It's not in the library somewhere stored in a book, and you got to look through a bunch of pages to figure it out. This is easily pulled up on your phone. You have to go and look up the information, and that's what I think a lot of the communities are willing to do now. I think this quote is not helping the issue. I feel like it's just throwing more. I don't think so. I think it's throwing more gasoline on an open flame.
But what do you expect from this administration? You know
what? To be honest with you, here's how I feel about it. If you're a business owner, this administration, you need to. I'm being straight up honest. If you're a business owner, I can see why you would vote for this administration. It helps your business. It helps your business. You got to be a fool not to. I mean, come on now. If you're at a point where, look, I have I'm just speaking as somebody who's a business owner. Look, I have several incomes coming in. I'm a business owner. I make a certain salary of money. And this administration is not going to attack or tax me to death because I make this certain salary of money. However, if Biden gets in, that is going to become at risk.
Right.
If I am and some people, here's the thing. I'm not going to knock somebody for saying that. Mm-hmm. My thing is have respect for somebody that's not going to vote according to what you think your ideology is.
Right.
So that's just what I'm saying. Like, I have people who are voting right now. I know they're voting for Trump. I have people that I know for a fact are voting for Biden.
Right.
I have respect for either or.
Right. Me too.
So it's one of those situations, like I look at this quote, and the last thing you want to do is make anybody feel alienated especially with COVID happening. People are, we're losing people left and right. Not just with COVID, just natural causes of death. Loved ones, and we're in the season where depression, mental health. This is the season you got to check up on people. Right. So the way that I look at the situation is that this quote, he should have worded it differently. It shouldn't, because somebody's gonna look at that quote and be like, "This Bama, you gotta. This is an advisor for the president. He's saying this about black people." Somebody's going to take that. Somebody's going to feel that way and look at him like he don't give a crap about me. So that should have been worded different.
But he don't, and we all know that though. I mean, don't be distracted by $500 billion. Don't. You see what got me? No, what got me with this administration was, you put $500 billion on the table, yes. But the minute Mike Pence got up there on the debate and he denied that, he refused to acknowledge that systemic racism exists, that lets you know where their heart lies. They don't care about you.
Yeah.
If I put it to you like this, if I got people that are, and I'm going to say it like this, if I have people that are voting for me, I have a certain percentage of people that feel like systemic racism, for whatever reason, and I don't agree with it, does not exist. Right. Some of those people are voting for my administration.
Right.
If I'm in the game of chess from a political standpoint, why would I say that out loud on public television?
Well, I don't think that he was saying.
I'm not gonna say anything to lose a vote.
But that proves my point right there. Politicians do not see people; they see votes. That's it. So it's like I said, neither one of them really care about you. But a lot of black people, the black community, we've become distracted by $500 billion. He said he's going to do this, he's going to do that. My question is what? Go ahead.
Go ahead, because I keep cutting you off. Here's what I'm thinking. When it comes to, I think the black community as a whole is well aware that in order for us to move forward, we're going to have to look out for each other. We can't depend on the Democratic Party. We can't depend on the Republican Party. We can't depend on no form of government to do that for us. So we have to, any knowledge that we get, we have to pass it on. Put the egos to the side. Any knowledge that we get, we have to pass it on, make sure this person got it and applies it, and then move forward from there. At the end of the day, like, for example, I'm breezing over this topic, but I'll just bring it up. The coronavirus relief package, they're not, that has been delayed until after the election day. So you are not getting anything in the middle of elections on the road to that. So me and Kory are fortunate because we're still working through the pandemic. There are other people that haven't found a job yet.
But I'm just saying, do you see what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah, more of a reason why once this is over, everybody mobilize and start looking out for their community, and we start looking out for their. At the end of the day, citizens shouldn't trust government 100%.
No.
Period. The end. Bottom line. This company makes so much money, and I'm talking about America as a whole, as a giant corporation.
Right.
They make money off division. They make money off division every chance they get. Even down to when you apply for a job, they ask what race you are, what religion you possibly are, and where you live. And depending on those three things, you might have a shot. But if you live in a bad zip code, if you're I hate to say it, if you're a certain race, if you didn't go to a certain school, there's a chance you may not get accepted. And also you have to consider this, man. Back in the day, if you got a job somewhere, they would look out for you as long as you put the work in, made yourself available. They would look out for you, made sure that your retirement was intact, make sure that your benefits were there and everything like that. And also would look out for you because you were working for the corporation and they value you. Now, a lot of companies out here look at people as expendable. Well, we'll just hire somebody else. It doesn't matter. We can dangle benefits, benefits and a budget and a salary, and we can get anybody to come through here. We'll just teach them through the streamline of training.
True.
Like, we need to stop seeing people as just numbers and start seeing people as people.
Yeah, Thomas.
No,
So,
it's the truth.
When I sit back over here, like when I sit back over here and I look at what is happening, and I said there's a reason why the mental health conversation has grown exponentially when it comes to a lot of these situations, is because people are feeling empty because they're not feeling valued. And it ain't just in relationships. It ain't just with family. It's at their workplace. You can get a customer service award. You can be, you can be customer of the, not customer of the year. You can be employee of the month 1 month and be let go several months for whatever dumb reason. It's happened.
Right.
It's happened to several people.
You right. Yeah.
You can be.
But going back to business though, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's rare that you have a company that actually cares about their employees. You know what I mean? It's rare now, but back in the day, that was a little bit more prevalent. Now you can't. Good luck finding one. But I think that just depends on who you talk to, because in any company, you'll always find a few disgruntled employees. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that when Thomas ran his business, when the day was, know what I'm saying? I'm sure that some of the people that he fired and all that, if you talk to them now, they probably still are a little, they're probably still a little disgruntled. You know what I'm saying?
A couple of them won't even speak to me.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, okay, and this is something that I'm starting to learn. White people, they know how to objectify. They put you in a category. Okay, this is who you are. This is what you mean to me, and this is how I'm going to treat you according to what I need you for. They will objectify the shit out of you. Black people, we're more personable. We hold to having relationships. That's what that's who we are. You know what I'm saying? That's what we hold to, having relationships. That's why we tend as people, as black people, we tend to take things a little bit more personal when certain things in the business happen to us. Case in point, we can go back to, and I'm going to use a music analogy, with Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and them. One could say that was fucked up, but another perspective is as business.
Right.
It's not personal, it's business. You know what I'm saying? Even going to me and Thomas was just having this talk. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Diddy, Jay-Z and all them. People love them. But I'm sure if you talk to a few individuals that's actually worked with them or for them, a few of them are probably disgruntled. AJ Johnson, you know what I'm saying? The comedian. He talked about how Q, the reason he did not come back for any Friday film after the first one, which he was scheduled to do. He wanted a certain salary. And he thought that because him and Cube had that kind of relationship, that Cube would pay him what he felt that he was asking for. And he wasn't asking for anything egregious.
Outrageous.
And Q, and he said, me and Q, we had a verbal agreement that this is what he was going to pay me. on the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had to hear through the grapevine, hey, yo, they're up the street shooting next Friday. What? Shooting wasn't supposed to start until next month. Nah, man, they are up the street shooting next Friday. So he goes up the street. He trying to talk to Q. Q won't even talk to him. Now, one could say that that's fucked up, but what Q did, he got Star. He got He got Sticky Fingers to play AJ Johnson's character a whole lot cheaper. Now, one could say how Q did it was fucked up, but another person could say, bro, that's business.
I mean, he could have just told him, and it could have been a dead issue, not dead air, and then he got to find out by being on set. If I can't afford you, I'll just tell you I can't afford you. And but that's the thing with
I just don't. It's not that I can't afford you.
It's just I don't want to shell the extra money out to bring you on.
More money for me,
right?
Exactly.
So just my thing is my thing is with that in that example that you used is just tell them, like, if, okay, for example, I want to bring Thomas on as an actor. Here's how I would handle it. He would tell me what his amount he wants is. Let's say he's an accomplished actor and he wants this price.
Okay.
I would tell him, it's like, hey, bro, like, I respect your craft, I respect what you're doing, but the bottom line is I can't afford to have you at this price. This is the best I can do. If this is not for you, that's fine. I'll recast somewhere else, but this is the best I can do at this moment. Just that open communication. I understand that it's business, but you see how I handled that, where he still respects me because I was honest. I didn't dead air him and just start filming and bringing somebody else in.
Right.
I just told him very fairly, I said, look, this is the overall budget for this movie. I can only go a certain way. Like, if I had to pay you that amount of money, I'm breaking my back. So this is where I'm at. If you're not cool with that, that's fine. No ill will. But this is where I'm at from a business standpoint.
Well, see, okay, so
communicate that. And my whole point is this, because I don't want to stay on this topic too long. My whole point is this, is just be honest. I don't have to know the entire inner workings of your business, but in terms of the situation you're dealing with me, just be honest with me. Just tell me, saying, hey, look, this is where we're at. This is where we're trying to get to, and see if this is the right fit for you or not. And we don't, or at least tell me if I'm not the right fit, tell me.
Right.
Don't do no sneaky snake stuff business wise. Like, at the end of the day, if somebody gets let go or somebody gets adjusted, like, it is personal. Like, come on now. It is kind of personal because you're dealing with people's livelihood and their checks.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. In most cases, should it be personal?
Yeah, my money.
No. At the end of the day, it's business. And and in business, y'all should know this better than me. In business, sometimes you have to make decisions that's not fair or right. Or but at the end of the day, it's business. And we as Black people, like, that's what we do. We tend to take, prime example. Thomas works for you, right? Just hypothetically speaking. You have to make a cutback because of the budget. Because of you and Thomas's relationship, whatever business reason why you chose to let go of Thomas, you chose to let go of Thomas. Thomas, he's in his feelings because he's like, yo, we supposed to be boys, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't cut me loose, cut them loose, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's not taking into consideration why, from a business aspect, you had to let him go. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing he sees is, yo, Everett, he's supposed to be my boy. Well, why did he let me go? You know what I'm saying? Like, we tend to take things personal at times in business when it's like, bro, how about your flex? hop out your flesh for a quick second and understand that right now it's business. Now I hear about what you're saying. There's still a right and wrong way to do things.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's my whole point. There's a right or wrong to do things business wise.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be on no sneaky stuff. But at the end of the day, if I came to you and said, "Hey, Thomas, listen, I'm sorry, brother, but you fired." You know what I'm saying? Like,
but why you gotta tell me like that? You could have called.
No, I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Like, I mean, if that's how I said it, like, "Hey, yo, Thomas, I'm sorry, bro, but you fired." You know
it would be on and pop in the minute you say, "Can I see you in my office?" Because I already know what that means.
Right there. What you taking it for? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then if you ask me, "Ayo, Kory, we are supposed to be boys. Like, why'd you fire me?" Found someone who can do your job a lot better.
Ooh.
I mean, that's not personal. That's business.
I know that,
but you got to be careful. You got to be careful. This is why I'm saying the right and the wrong way to do business, and then I'm gonna move on.
Right.
The reason why you got to be careful because you can put yourself in a situation where you can put yourself in a wrongful termination lawsuit.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful. This is why I tell people, like, always, if you're gonna do business, do it the right way. If you got to let somebody go, you better have accurate reasons why you're doing it.
Well, because here's the thing, and I understand what you're saying about wrongful termination, right? But here's the thing: if I'm running a business, I reserve the right, like you coming inside the door, I reserve the right to let you go unless we got a contract, or unless I fired you for discrimination because of your sexual preference, religion, political views. You can't sue me because I found a nigga who can do your job better than you.
Then
but it's
here's
how you did it.
I'm gonna nip this in the bud now.
Okay.
Here's my thoughts about this. If you are going to run a business where there is high turnover, then you might as well just do a temp. Then you might as well bring in temps, because I'm not going to sit over here and put up with. I'm not going to sit up here and sit over there and co-sign. I'm not going to sit over here and co-sign people doing business practices where there's a high turnover of staff just because you went over budget. Son, why the hell would you hire all these people knowing you're going to be over a budget in several months? Then you have to go and make cuts and let these people go. No, but you as a business supposed to have your crap in order and supposed to have projections as to what money you're going to make, what's the average money you're going to make, and also you have to also budget out how much you're going to have to pay out in salaries.
Oh, of course.
So don't give me the whole it's justified to make all these cuts and you letting people go by leaps and bounds, and then you got this high turnover rate, and then you wonder why people are hesitant to come through the door and work for you, because that's what it's going to run into. So if you're going to do that route, I'm not hating on you, but if you're going to do that route, you better just hire a bunch of temps so they know when their job starts and when their job ends.
But see, Everett, you're talking about letting people go because of money. I'm talking about I'm going to let you go because you trash. And
why hire somebody that you know is trash?
Somebody better at your job. Don't take it personal. Okay, step your game up. Okay. I mean, like, cause I'm that type. Okay, take money out of it. You're incompetent at your job. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just because we bored.
So you're gonna use that excuse if you got to fire multiple people.
Kory, most likely.
Okay, Everett, hold on. Everett. Okay, now if you are doing a project because Thomas right now he lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Thomas, you don't say anything because Everett, he was in the room when you fired everybody. So I don't want to hear that from you. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so but
but that was justified. Am I correct, Everett?
No, but
I'm waiting to hear what Kory's got to say because I'm really got my eye on him. I get what you're coming from, Thomas, but go ahead, Kory.
telling
And then we
me
got to wrap this up.
if you're doing a project, take money out of it. You have your budget. You doing the project, but the people that you got up in there, you gave them a legit chance. Gave them a chance. They just some incompetent niggas. Okay? They just can't do right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they suck at their job. You didn't know that at first. You just said, hey, I'm going to give them a chance. Everett, we're all up and stuck. We are all up and coming. Nobody's resume is that deep right now. So please. So, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gave them a legitimate.
You're just trying to create a hypothetical, so I agree with you, and I'm not falling for that. Kory, let me tell you something. I'm cutting this off. Kory, I hate to be rude.
Are trash at their job. You gonna fire everybody.
Look, Kory, let me tell you something. Here's exactly how I'll open up and hold on.
You about to make some shit up. Okay.
No, I'm not about to make nothing up. Here's the thing. Every time that I start a project, I look at what they can do. The first thing I ask is send me your reel. Send me your reel so I know exactly work-wise what I'm getting myself into. If there's something that I don't like, I'm not putting you on the project. And it's not necessarily incompetence or they can't do something right. It just may not be the best fit for the vision that I have to create this project. They may film a certain way that I need this person to film a certain way. So I'm going to pick that person.
Took a chance on somebody. And turned out that was like, damn, I was wrong.
I took a chance on one person. I put them on blast. I got what I need to back. Yeah, you daggone right. Yeah. I got somebody else to do the job. Yeah, I got somebody else to do the job.
No, because but here's the thing though. When it's your boy, when you be honest, fellas, when it's your boy, you pretty much know when they're incompetent. You just hiring them because that's your boy.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Am I correct?
I got friends, Thomas. Let me say this on here. Thomas, I'm using this as an example. Don't take it personal. You are talented. You are talented. And Kory, I say the same thing to you. You're talented. I would think twice about hiring y'all as actors for certain situations. That's coming from me. Because your range... Honestly, your range is only going to be like I wouldn't put you on a science. Like it depends on the project. I wouldn't put you in the middle of. I wouldn't put you on a science fiction film. That's not your thing.
No,
that's not your thing. So why would I put you on why would I put you on a project?
Why haven't you ever think to hire me as an actor?
Because there's a couple of reasons. One,
and you never
I don't think you had enough training. That's honest opinion. I don't think you had enough training in front of the camera. Now, if it was, huh?
Wait. This would be a prime example right now. I'm saying, you've never seen me act before. I don't got no reel. I don't got no resume. You've never seen me act before. But if you're doing a film and I just say, hey, give me a shot.
I'll let you audition. That don't guarantee you doing it because that doesn't guarantee you going to have the. That doesn't. Let me tell you something. I can let you audition online and send something over. That does not guarantee that you are going to be in front of the camera on set with me. That does not guarantee that at all. I've had people say the same thing to me, and it's been no problem because they've kept it honest with me. I've kept it honest with them. That doesn't entitle you. That doesn't entitle you to have a role on the set if you can't perform the role right.
So I shouldn't. So I should not take that personal.
No, because I'm being honest and upfront.
That's been my whole.
But point. I'm articulating. But my point is, I'm articulating from a business standpoint. I'm not pulling a wool over your eyes. I'm like, look, these are my concerns. I'm telling you why I can't just hand you a part because you're my friend, because the part requires a certain level of performance. And I can't just hand that over to you because it's going to conflict. It's a conflict of interest for one. Also, it may hurt my project more than help. That's the whole point I was trying to make. You trying to, whatever. Anyway, we got the last topic we got is we got T.I. and Jeezy that's been announced for. I know that. Let me redo that. T.I. and Jeezy that's been announced for the next versus battle. So that's going to be kind of fun. I think it's going to be. I don't know if it's November. I know it's the week of November 16th, 17th, or 18th. I know it's one of those dates, but T.I. versus Jeezy for a versus battle. So pretty much song for song. Who do you think is going to win?
Wait, T.I. and
Jeezy.
So
yeah. Versus battle.
So with Jay-Z, but he ran away from Busta.
I don't think that would have been a good matchup. I think this is a way better matchup than Busta.
It wouldn't have been.
Really?
I'd rather see Busta versus Missy than Busta versus T.I.
Why?
It's not a good matchup, bro. I'm not trying to see Busta Rhymes versus T.I. I don't want to see that.
Not a good matchup for who?
It's just not a good matchup in general because it's not something I asked for. I don't want to see those two together. T.I. and Jeezy make sense.
Yeah.
Because they came up together closely around the same time. Both based in Atlanta. Yeah, same era. Busta and Missy makes more sense because they are very experimental with their hip hop and they got hits that touches on a lot of experimental type of sounds. So that would be and from simply a performance standpoint and a hype standpoint, some of the best videos that we have seen in hip hop have been from Missy Elliott and Busta Rhymes. That's why it makes more sense for those two to duke it out respectfully. Of course, they ain't gonna really duke it out, but respectfully, it makes more sense for them to be matched up than T.I. versus Busta. It's just my standpoint on it. I think it's gonna be good, but I think T.I. is gonna win in the end.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We will most definitely see.
Who you think's winning?
T.I.
If you had to pick somebody, T.I., Kory, who you got?
Yeah. Why would I pick him? Oh, you, Kory.
I got G.
Okay.
And it's funny because I love both of them. You know,
I mean, he got hits now. I'm sorry. I got G.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna see what happens. All right. So I want to get into some do's and don'ts for Halloween since this is a special Halloween episode.
Oh, don't come to my house. That's the don't. One don't. All the kids out there, I got a sign on the front that says "out of candy." If you show up, it's on.
Oh,
oh my God, this man threatening kids on the show. Oh, jeez.
That's right. Because if people don't follow directions, especially with this COVID.
You can't just respectfully say, "Look, I'm not participating in trick or treating, so don't show up at the house." Like you can't just say that. It is
respectful. It says "out of candy."
So you gonna lie? Because you probably not really out of candy.
You know I'm not.
That's terrible, Tyler.
That's very terrible.
Like you ain't never lied to the children before. Ain't you the one that turned Muslim so you wouldn't have to get the kids Christmas presents?
What? That is nuts, man. That's just freaking nuts. Some Hollywood do's and don'ts. What's one that I could think of? There are some do's. If you're gonna look, man, if you really are feeling festive and this and that, the most that I would do is I would take a big candy bowl, put it at the end of the driveway. Y'all have fun. And take the bowl with you because I don't want it because it's had many hands with it. Like that's what I would do. I'd be like, hey, free candy.
You wasting it?
How am I wasting it? Like, how am I wasting it? I don't want that candy around. I'm trying to get in better shape. I don't want that candy around me. How am I wasting it? How is that harmful to me? Do you know how
wasting? Go ahead.
Wasting what?
No, I'm listening to you. Go ahead. What were you about to say? You know
no,
how many?
I'm saying I'm not wasting. If somebody wants to participate, but at the same time be socially distant, just put a candy bag or put a nice trick or treat bag with a bunch of candy in it. Put it at the edge of your driveway. Hey man, free candy for y'all. Y'all take it. Take the bag too. If you want to be festive, that's what I would do. I wouldn't be sitting out there handing candy to these kids, mingling with the adults. Risk of getting COVID. I ain't doing all that. A don't. Ladies.
How about don't come to my house? That's what
Ladies, let me tell you something. I know that the sultry costume is gonna be out, but it is gonna be cold out here tonight. It is gonna be cold out here tonight. Please, think about what you gonna wear, and if you gonna wear it with a coat or not before you just run out here in your sultry costumes. And also, for those of you who are still planning to do a Halloween party, there's always one idiot that probably is. Don't think about it. Just don't.
Why don't y'all just dress up and stay home? I don't get it.
Well,
people want to be out.
I mean,
why? Why do you want to go?
I'm sorry.
Are you that desperate? You that desperate to be out in the middle of a pandemic? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm staying home. I'm sorry.
Me too. Well, you stay home anyway. You don't care about no Halloween, and neither do I. It's just an excuse to eat candy.
I'm a grown man. Okay, I'm staying home. I'm
a grown man.
I fall at 7:00. I'm staying home.
I'm a grown man.
He a grown man. He gonna be on the Instagram with his wife dressing up.
I hop off at 7:00. I'm going home.
Nigga crazy. You know you're gonna be eating candy. As much as you like Snickers.
Yo said much as you like Snickers.
Am I correct? It's an excuse for you to do wrong.
I understand.
As far as your eating habits, I mean, that's for the reason. Thanksgiving really is the reason. That's the one.
Yeah, but before you know it, we're going to be in the middle of that. So, with that being said, man, this has been another edition of Audio Airstrike. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. We hope you, just sat back. For those of you who wanted to kick back for, a good hour or more and just kick back with us, we definitely appreciate it. And yeah, man, there's a lot of things that have been going on. People trying to cancel Lil Wayne left and right because he, put his feather in the cap for Trump. At this point,
expected, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got money, so it makes sense to, if you want to keep your money, you vote for Trump. If you're on that tax bracket.
Wayne don't care about nobody but Wayne, okay?
Yeah. It's
don't care about nobody but Wayne. But I will be honest about this. And we gotta stop this, especially Thomas, especially you. We have to stop putting these celebrities on this pedestal.
Did he just say Thomas?
It's okay, like 50 Cent and and Lil Wayne, DL Hughley. He's now going at Ice Cube, saying that Ice Cube, how are you qualified to draw up some contract for Black America? Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna be honest with you now, but I get it, okay? As a celebrity, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you don't say anything, then they treat you like Michael Jordan, where it's like, bro, you ain't never spoke up for the Black community, so yeah. But if you do say something, folks are quick to carry you, bro. At the end of the day, you're still rich, so your problems ain't my problems. You know what I'm saying? But me, I don't mind them speaking up, but I don't take what they say serious. Because at the end of the day, your problems ain't my problems, and my problems ain't your problems. Yeah, you still Black. And yes, I get it. My money don't change. At the end of the day, you still Black. But it make being a Black a little easier.
Actually, it make it a little harder. Because now you got everybody coming for you.
That depends on who you talk to. Because I forgot who said it. Oh, Floyd Mayweather. He said, man, listen.
Oh, no, he's disqualified.
Broke motherfucker.
He's
at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, the moral of the story is not every trick is a treat. That's the moral of the story for everything that's going on. Well, with that being said,
you just say that.
I know. That's the corniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
That's but it's true though. And y'all need to listen to me more. Y'all wouldn't be in the circumstances that y'all in. Thank you very much. This has this has been another edition of Audio Airstrike. Thomas, I want to thank you for coming on. Kory, I want to thank you for coming on. I want to thank you guys for listening. I appreciate y'all. Make sure that you guys vote. Enjoy your trick-or-treating, but also, well, hold on. Enjoy your trick-or-treating from a distance. It ain't going
to be no distance. The candy is in my house. That's it.
Put the candy outside. I ain't going back and forth with you.
I got to get back to that.
Yeah, no problem, man. So, with that being said, this has been another edition of Audio Airstrike. Until next time, everybody, vote, 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 vote. Go to the polls. We'll see you. Take care.